I have a story actually about something. I mean, not entirely similar, but kind of similar. Um, so I had my computer, the gaming computer that I'm using right now, built by a friend of mine. Okay, and he is very good with computers. This is no shade to him. But when he put the memory card, or not memory card, he put the graphics card in. So it's a uh, NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super, I believe. So it's a pretty decent graphics card. And it's kind of heavy. It's like a chunky, heavy card, right? So he installs this card, and it has two options. One way to do it is to screw the middle pin into a plate. Okay, there's a little plate and you screw it in. The other way is just to use a, like, I think they called it a friction plate, okay? So it has like a little silicone grip on it, and it just kind of sets against the other piece, and then the little grip of the silicone holds it in place, okay? So it's like plugged into the motherboard, held in place at this one point by the like silicone grippiness, okay? And I'm like, he put that together and he was like, okay, listen, you can screw this in. I forget, I think I asked him, like, if there was a screw missing. And he's like, you can screw this in, but really it doesn't need it. I have the same one, it just needs the friction plate. Because he was using the same thing. Yeah, you see where this is going, right? You see where this is going. So a week later, I'm just running my computer like normal. Nothing bumped it. Nothing happened. But I walk away for 5 minutes, I come back. My cats were not in the room, so I can't even blame my cats for this one. I walk away for a minute, I come back. Black screen. Black screen and a weird noise. Nothing is working. Nothing is responding. It's still turned on, but nothing is responding. So I'm like, what the heck happened? This is my brand new computer. I'm freaking out. So I cut the power, and then I start looking at it, and I pull it away from, like, I unplug it, and I pull it away from the desk. I pull it out, and I open that side casing, and what do I see? The graphics card has fallen out of its port while it was running. So this is like a hot swap. This is like the computer was on and you yanked the graphics card out of it. Yeah. So I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it because I didn't know anything. Yeah, no, it can't be safe. So I start Googling, right? And it's like, yeah, if you do that, your motherboard's probably fried. That's like a fire hazard. I know. So I'm Googling this thing like, is it okay? What do I do? Because I don't know anything about hardware. You know, I knew software, but I don't know anything about hardware. And I don't know what to do with it. And I don't know how it was plugged in. So I'm just going like, is it okay? And Google is telling me that probably when that happens, if you had that happen, then your motherboard is fried. It's like, you're gonna be lucky if not just the graphics card is completely fried, but the entire motherboard and multiple other components, multiple other components attached to it. You're looking at replacing the entire computer. Potentially. And this is like, not cheap. This is not a cheap gaming computer. And it was brand new. I was losing my mind. I cannot begin to explain how much I was losing my mind over this. I had saved up my money. My mom had given me some extra money for my birthday that I had used to try to get this thing. I was losing it. But then, so I took it down to the shop. And I was like, yeah, this is what happened. And they're like, oh no, okay, we'll look at it. And I'm waiting on pins and needles. And they like call me back. I left the shop. It's about an hour's drive to get back home. So I leave the shop, I get back home. So it's only been about an hour, right? As soon as I get home, they call me and they're like, "Hey, so we plugged the graphics card back in and it turned back on and everything's working fine." How? How? How did this even? Okay. So I went back and got it. She's fine. It works fine. I have not had any issues since. Divine intervention, I know. I was like, my guardian angel's working overtime here. I'm like thanking the Lord. Like, what happened there? Divine computing and intervention. Oh my gosh. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I got so lucky, but I am very grateful for that. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, that could have been so much worse. And I did. I called my friend and I gave him a really hard time about it. Because I was just like, you said it was fine with the friction plate. You told me that it didn't need the screw. I put the screw in there.